called the foam roller. This is what we're going to use today. We're going to lie down on the foam roller long way, so our tailbone will be right at the very end. Make sure you're really slid all the way down so your whole spine will fit on the roller. So you should feel your tailbone and the back of your skull. Take a moment, maybe take a few deep breaths in and out. Really let your spine settle into its neutral alignment on the roller. So you should feel a little space under your low back. Nice and heavy through the upper spine into the roller. Heavy head, heavy tailbone. Now, let's start to circle the arms from here. And you want to make sure your feet aren't too wide, right? Because we want to rely more on the stability muscles in our core to help balance us. So not too wide with the feet. You're going to start by lifting your arms up and over your head. See if you can reach all the way back without your ribs thrusting up towards the ceiling. So can you keep your ribs sort of knitted together in the front? And then circle the arms wide to the sides of the room. So we know we're really getting into the shoulder joints here. Go up and over the head without the ribs popping and circle wide. One more time like that. Circle wide. Now as the arms lift up this time into that same circle, we're going to lift the head up. The arms will continue in that circle. And then as the arms come by the ears, you can lay the head down. Continue the circle wide to the sides. As the arms scoop up, the head lifts. We put the head down and we circle wide. We're going to do quite a few more of these. Let's really add the breath to it. So as we exhale, we're going to lift the head, circle the arms over the head. Inhale, lay the head down, circle the arms wide. Exhale, lift. I'm trying to keep my tailbone heavy on the roller so that I'm really just getting into my upper back here. And exhale, lift. Inhale, circle. Let's just do one more before we reverse it. Exhale, lift the chest, reach the arms back. Inhale, lay the head down and circle the arms wide. Now we're going to reverse the circle. So reach out wide first to go overhead. As you exhale, the arms circle down. We lift the chest up. Those arms are now pressing. Inhale, circle open. Head relaxes. Exhale, arms press. Chest lifts. Inhale, circle wide. Good. 3 more. Really having a sense of peeling the upper spine off the roller. Notice if you're wobbling onto one side more than the other. 1 more. And inhale, circle wide. Okay, put your arms down by your sides, but let's come up to our fingertips. Move your feet just a tad bit closer to one another. And then we're going to lift one knee to tabletop. Now, if the fingertips aren't enough stability help for you, put the palms flat. All right, now lift the other leg. And then make sure you're still in your neutral curves of your back. So make sure your ribs are drawn in, your tailbone is heavy. We're going to tap one toe to the floor at a time. Little toe taps. And notice I'm not bending my knee, I'm hinging at my hip joint. So the whole leg moves down. The thigh bone goes down to tap the toe. I like to exhale as my toe taps the floor. I feel like that helps me get in my stability muscles a little bit more, right? As the leg goes away from you, you get that little extra help with the breath and the contraction of the abdominals. 1 more time. And then put your feet flat on the ground again. We're going to lift just the right leg and the left arm. So my knee is bent, my right knee is bent, my arm is reaching straight up. On my inhale, I'm going to stretch my arm back, stretch my leg long and away from me. As I exhale, I bend the knee back in, and then I'm going to make contact with my hand and push into my thigh. So I make a little isometric contraction through the oblique. Do it again. Inhale, reach long. Fold the knee back in and give the knee a push with the hand. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, push. So when I do that push, I'm not letting my spine move around, right? I'm not trying to change my spine. I'm just trying to turn on that oblique muscle. Let's do 2 more. Inhale to reach long. Exhale to come up and push, push, push. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, push, push, push. Let's try the other side. So left leg lifts, right arm lifts. Find your balance for a moment. On your inhale, we're stretching long and away. And just notice, this side might feel very different. Exhale, push knee into hand, hand into knee. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale. Pay attention to your ribs as well. Oftentimes when we don't stop thinking about it, we let our ribs kind of flare open. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it takes us out of our stability muscles. It takes us into a back bend, right? And what I'm trying to get us to do here is keep our neutral pelvis and our neutral spine. Let's do 3 more. Reach and press. Inhale, reach and press. Last one. And push. Relax the feet down. So now we're going to roll off the roller. Turn the roller so it's perpendicular to your mat, and you're going to put your feet on it. Just right at the arches of the feet. You don't want your roller way out away from you. You don't want it all the way in close to your butt either. So find that kind of in-between place. Make sure that the outer arches and the inner arches of your feet are even on the roller. And then reach down with your fingertips, slide around the sides of your hips so your fingertips can reach under your bum there and locate your sitting bones, your sit bones. And then right below your sit bones, that's where I want you to engage your glutes and your hamstrings and lift your hips straight up. So hinging like a door hinge to go up with the pelvis. So now you're in like a long line from shoulders, hips to knees. And then release those muscles and let your tailbone drop straight down to the floor. Let's do that quite a few more times. And let's see if we can not roll through the spine. Can we use the spine in one piece? Can we move the spine in one piece? So lift and hinge down lower. So we're going to do this a few more times. If you want to make it a little more challenging, bring your arms up. Reach towards the ceiling with your arms. So the shoulder blades are wide on your back. Keep hinging the hips up and down. Let's do 2 more. Trying to keep the roller really still. Don't push it away from you. And 1 more. Lower. Good. Now let your arms come back by your sides. Now we're going to roll through the pelvis. So as you exhale, tilt your tailbone under. Feel your low abdominals really engage there. Now use your glutes as you begin to roll the hips off the mat. Come back to that same bridge position. Inhale at the top. Without pushing the roller away from you, roll back down the spine. So feeling the difference between the hinge that we just did and now rolling through the spine. Here we go again. Curl the tailbone under. Press down into the roller. Try not to move the roller. Inhale. Now notice your feet. Are you favoring the outer edges or the inner edges of your feet? Try to find balance there and roll back down. We've got one more. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, curl it under. Roll it up. Breathe in at the top. Exhale, roll back down. All the way. Rock up to a seat. We're gonna come onto our knees. So if you feel like you need a little cushion under your knees, you can roll up your mat, right? This way. You're gonna hold your roller just like so and lift it up over your head. So really imagine that you're making a frame around your head. And if I would do this with my arms, I would kind of like distort the frame, right? So you want to keep your head right in between your arms. We're going to exhale over to one side. So this is a side bend. We're going to inhale, pick ourselves up, right? So keeping the head in between the two arms as opposed to collapsing the frame. Inhale to pick yourself back up. This is a very simple side bend, thinking about moving from your waist, moving from your spine. Good, keep going. Exhale over and inhale, lift. My glutes are working to press my hips forward slightly and to keep my hips from turning or twisting so I can really feel my spine do the work. Good, now we're gonna add on. So this time we're gonna go to that first side. Now, stay in your side bend, but begin to turn your chest towards the floor. So adding a little rotation. Come back to your side bend. Keep those arms really long and then lift up. Yep, let's try it again. Over. Rotate. See if you can turn your chest, your sternum towards the floor. Back to your side bend and lift up. 2 more times each side. Over. Turn. Back to side bend. And lift. Rotate. Turn. And up. Last one. Really pay attention to your hips. Can you keep your hips pretty still here? Turn. Back. Up, last one, maybe your arms are getting tired too. And rotate, and back, and up. Awesome, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see me. You can just stay right where you are. Make sure your pelvis is in a slight posterior tilt for this next exercise, just to keep compression out of your lower back. So think of zipping up through your pubic bone like you're pulling up a pair of tight pants. Roller goes out in front of you. We're gonna hinge back from the knees. This is called the thigh stretch. So keep the tailbone tucked. We're gonna exhale to go back. We're gonna inhale to lift back on top of our knees. That's all we do. Exhale, press down through the shins and the feet and the knees. Inhale, back up. If you want to make this more challenging, your roller goes up. I'm gonna keep mine forward. If you're feeling a little burning in your quads, that's normal. Keep the tailbone tucked. Keep your ribs integrated into your body. So notice if you're tended to go into a back bend there. We're just doing 2 more. Inhale forward. Last one together here. Exhale. And back up to the top. Put your roller straight down in front of you. And so if you're not turned onto the side of the mat here, go ahead and spin. I'm going to put my knees, or my hands on the roller rather. My knees are right under my hips. And what we'll do here is a little shoulder spine release. So try to keep your back pretty flat. You're going to shift your hips back ever so slightly so you begin to bow forward. The roller kind of rolls up your arm as your chest drives down. Now to get back up, we're going to curve the spine like cat pose. So tuck the tailbone under, wrap the abdominals in and up, and pull the roller back underneath your shoulders. Do that again. So extend your spine long, reach out, chest falls. Exhale, curl the tailbone, scoop the abdominals, and pull back in. Do it again. Adjusting the roller as you need to. Let's turn the thumbs up this time as we stretch forward. And then palms to face down as you roll back in so the palms stay flat on the roller. Turn the thumbs up as you come into extension. Looking forward this time, tip your tailbone up towards the ceiling a little bit more. Exhale, curl the tail and roll back in. One more time, thumbs roll up, passing through your neutral spine into extension, heart forward, tail up. And then exhale, curl, curl, curl to come back in. Beautiful, you guys. We're going to finish with a little rolling. So I'm going to put my hips bring my roller close to my bum here, under my legs. My arms go behind me so I can kind of guide myself into the roll. And then I'm going to lift my hips up. So the roller is now kind of under the belly of my hamstrings there. And what I'm going to do is try to keep my legs straight, and I'm going to roll out my hamstrings. Push forward, pull back. Those of you, I have pretty long monkey arms. If your arms are a little shorter, your butt might touch the floor, right? So you've really got to push down through the shoulders. You might have to round and tuck your spine to keep your hips from landing on the floor. Now externally rotate your legs so your toes are open. This is going to get more of your lateral hamstring, your outer hamstrings. And then try internal rotation, so pigeon toe your feet, and that's your medial hamstring. For me, this is a little bit more intense. Just kind of notice your own body, what you feel. Nice, so that's enough on the hamstrings. Let's go into our quads. This can be a little more intense, so, you know, listen to yourself, listen to your quads. Come on down. And then my roller's right under the very top of my quadriceps near my pelvis, and I'm just gonna kind of army crawl or army drag myself forward. Oh yeah. And back. Yep. You might have to put your toes on the floor for a little less sort of like weight into the roller, right? Make sure you can breathe through this. Very important to find that long, sustained breath here. Exhale into the intensity. You can try the pigeon toe. And then we're going to do our outer hips. So just turning onto one hip. And I like to put my other leg kind of in front here. You can also just do this, but we're going to roll out this the side of our leg, or our IT band and glute medius. Right? And I'm really using my hands to kind of, my arms to kind of pull myself and push myself back. Yes. So it becomes sort of a full body movement. I'm going to do a few more on this side and then switch. Let's go to the other side. Again, really connect to your breathing. Rotating the leg around in the hip joint will help get more like 360 direction in the hips. So not just staying on one spot, but kind of turning your pelvis so you can get all the muscles on the side of the hip there. And then we're going to finish with just a little tiny chest release here, or upper back release. So put your hips on the floor and then lie down on your roller. You want the roller to be right under your shoulder blade. So if you have a bra on, it's right at your bra strap. Take your hands behind your head. You're going to inhale, open your arms, your elbows wide rather, and just let your chest gently arc back over the roller. Let your elbows go wide. As you exhale, think about pulling your ribs down towards the roller and then towards the hips. So it's just a little extension of the upper back. So going into a little back bend here as you inhale. And then returning to neutral as you exhale. Just do that a couple more times. And one more. And to finish, just grab the backs of your legs, gently pull yourself up, and you guys are done. Good job. Hope you feel good.